Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are we, Evergreen? We are in the middle of March. Time is going fast. We've now done daylight savings. It's dark, or it's light out, actually later in the day. It's actually warm out. We've actually had recess this week, so we're going to keep the ball rolling. This week, Dr. T wants to talk to you about something that is very near and dear to all of us, all of your teachers, all your parents, all your grandparents, principals. It's about being polite and kind. I don't think anything bothers people more than when someone is rude or mean to them, especially when they are aware of being rude or mean. And as we're moving through the school year, we're starting to have to deal with students a little more with guys and girls being a little rude to one another. So I want to talk to you and go through the story about being polite and kind. What does it mean to be polite and kind? Let me read you something from the back of this book before we get into it. Are you listening? Are you listening? You ready? Here we go. When children are courteous, respectful, and kind, other people enjoy being around them. Politeness invites reciprocal behavior. That means if I'm nice to you, you'll probably be nice to me, and helps people get along. In simple words and appealing illustration, this book teaches the basics of good manners and gracious behavior. Children begin to see the benefits of being courteous. When you are kind, you tend to get kind back. When you are rude or mean or not kind, you tend to get rude or mean behavior back. So let's talk about being polite and kind. When you come in the morning, you ever notice you see Mr. Stillwagon, Mrs. Howe, Mr. Mike, Mr. Mateo, and a lot of other adults outside, Mr. Nigro. They greet you when you get out of your car. They greet you when you get off the bus. And what's the first thing they say? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, would it be kind or rude to not say anything back to them when they say good morning to you? I think it would be rude if you didn't say anything back. So here we go. Good morning. Hello. Notice, they're greeting one another. That's just a part of being kind. You don't walk past people and not say anything to them. I talk with people every day. This sets the tone in the morning or when you first meet someone. You speak. That's called being polite. His friend has something he wants to show. He says, come look. My words can show others that they are important to me. How we speak to people shapes how they look at us. If we speak kindly, if we speak compassionately, if we speak lovingly, it affects how they want to deal with us. May I please be next? Nothing bothers a teacher more than when students are either not willing to wait their turn or they're blurting out answers, or this is a pet peeve of mine. When someone wants my attention and they pull on me like this while I'm talking to someone else, that's a no-no. That's rude. May I please be next? Notice how he is using courtesy. I say please when I ask for something. Whenever you're asking, you should always try to include the word please. And I say please when I ask for help. When you guys are asking your teachers for help, you must include the word please. If I ask in a polite way, the person will probably want to help me. If you ask in a mean way, they probably won't want to help you. When someone says something nice or does something for me, I say thank you. Thanks for the ride. Do you think it would have been rude to not say thank you after they gave her a ride? When your teachers or your parents do something for you that you asked for or needed, after they do it, do you say thank you? You should. Every time. I can notice all the kind things people do. People pay attention to you when you're being rude or when you're being nice. Another time I say thank you is when someone gives me something. I smile and I show I'm glad that the person thought about me. Whenever someone gives you a gift, do you think it's okay to act sad or mean if it wasn't something you were expecting? Do you think it's okay to tell them, this isn't what I wanted? Do you think it's okay to say, this is a stupid gift? When anyone gives you something, you should always say, thank you. If the person is somewhere else, I can send a note or say thank you on the phone. I can show that I appreciate the kind things others do. You never want to miss an opportunity to be polite or to be kind. There are many times when I can help someone. If the person thanks me, I can smile and say, you're welcome. You ever tell someone thank you and they don't say anything back? You're supposed to say you're welcome after someone says thank you. If someone says thank you, what do you say? You're welcome. When I yawn, cough, or sneeze, what are you supposed to say? If I was to be in class and I sneeze, I say, excuse me. These are ways that you practice being courteous around one another. Doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are, you should always be courteous to those you are around. I also say, excuse me, when I do something that could bother someone. Can you guys think of a time, even today, when you could have said, excuse me? Sometimes I see people rushing to get into a certain spot in their line order. You think it's okay to just bump the person in front of you to get to your spot? You need to say, excuse me. Or when you guys are lining up for a bus lineup, should you rush to be in a certain spot and knock over people or bump them in the shoulder and keep moving? Say, excuse me. When I do something by accident, you didn't mean to do it, but it happened. What should you say? I'm sorry. You should always, always, always apologize. When you have an accident, it is very rude to have an accident and just keep going on about your day or not apologize to the people that it affected or you were around. Always apologize. Whether you meant to do the issue or whether you did not mean to do it, doesn't matter. Apologize. I like to say kind things like please and thank you. Excuse me. Good morning. Hello. You ever notice sometimes when Dr. Taylor sees you in the morning and you're walking down, and sometimes you guys are a little sleepy and you guys say, and I say to you, good morning. And sometimes either you got in trouble at home or get yelled at by mom or dad, you're a little frustrated. So you don't say good morning back. I always say it again, good morning. It's called being polite. You should always say it back. I can notice when someone is friendly or helpful or does a good job. You want to encourage your friends with positive words. Hey, Mr. Mateo just came to give me something. I can think before I say something. I can be polite and kind when I say what I think and feel. If you don't want it, you know what the appropriate thing to say, the polite thing to say? No, thank you. We don't say mean things. We don't throw things down. We don't get upset and say, I didn't want that. I didn't ask for that. That's called being rude. You want to know how you could never get something from someone? Treat their gift like that. So you should always say, thank you. I know polite things to say. Some of the polite words we've talked about are please, I'm sorry, thank you, good luck, I like it. Those are all positive, affirming, polite words. When I use words to help someone feel good, I show respect. I'm gonna say that one again. When I use words to help someone feel good, I show respect. Excuse me. May I? You're welcome. See, these are all polite and positive words that help people respond to you in a positive way. When I speak polite words in a kind way, people enjoy being around me. It helps us get along. You want to know the easiest way for people to not want to be around you? If you're rude, if you're not polite, if you say mean things, people will not want to be around you. I'm going to say that again. If you are rude, if you are mean, if you are not polite, you'll find yourself with very few people who want to be around you. So why not be polite? It costs you nothing to be polite. I want people to treat me with respect. So that's how I treat them. Oh, that's a big one. If you want people to respect you, you have to treat people with respect. You can't do it sometimes. You can't do it when you feel like it. You can't do it to get something out of it. You can't do it just for the people you like. You should always, always treat people with respect, no matter what. So guys, we wanted to have that conversation today about being polite and being kind. I know some days we're not in our best mood. Some days we're actually a little frustrated, or maybe things aren't going your way, or maybe you had a tough morning getting ready for school. That is never an excuse to be mean to your friends or teachers. That's no excuse to not be polite. You should always be kind. You should always be respectful. You should always be polite. There's no excuse to be rude. None. So make it a point this week to use all those kind words we talked about. Eliminate those mean words. There's no need for them, because remember, how you treat people is how you want to be treated. All right, that's Dr. T's message for this week. I'll see you next week. Stay warm. It's nice outside. Have a great day, Evergreen.